Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Necrobiotic. If you haven't seen part 1 of my review featuring this role-playing game, where the births are low, the casualties are high, and the dead are being mechanized, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to continue with the setting, talking about how things came to be, how turning the dead into workers and even appliances became the norm. In the year 2057, the Society of Builders became public knowledge. Corpses were being taken, and research was done upon them. The corpses that you would see on the side of the road, because there were so many casualties, people simply stopped caring about picking up those bodies, disposing of the dead accordingly. So these became materials for the scientists, for those that wanted to mechanize the dead. These cadavers were brought back to cover the necessities left by a society with no workers because everyone was dying. Just imagine so many people trapped in cities, and they had no knowledge on growing their food, on properly cleaning anything that they used in their daily lives. So malnutrition and infection set in quite quickly, and people started to die frequently. But now you had these Frankenstein monster type of constructs taking care of any work that is necessary. Soon, many citadels of science were built around Florence, in emulation of the original Citadel of Science. And the Society of Builders' work gave way to the creation of the Florence Healthcare Company. The president of this company, of course, was Dr. Gotti, the first person who started to work on reanimating the dead. Now it was quite common to see not only workers but appliances, perhaps your vacuum cleaner, with arms, legs, a torso, a head, with eyes and a somewhat working brain, carrying out all sorts of tasks, from the menial to the more complicated depending on the work that was put upon corpses of various qualities. There is a very interesting piece of fiction in this book, in this particular section, called The Auburn Princess. I am going to avoid spoilers, but it's a perfect example of how sometimes these constructs can be indistinguishable from normal living people, to the point that by applying perfume and makeup, you can hide the smell of the embalming fluids and cover up some imperfections left by whatever killed the person. Some may actually become quite obsessed with these constructs, to the point that they treat them as living creatures. And some may work improvements into those corpses, perhaps scalpel-type knives under the nails of a female corpse. Some of these constructs are highly valued, prized, and sought after. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about character creation. I really like how this game takes a realistic approach when it comes to the fiction. You can actually imagine that perhaps a technocrat from real life, perhaps someone like Elon Musk, perhaps that person could take a cadaver and make some modifications to see if you can create a reanimated doll that is quite lifelike and suitable for different purposes. There is a manga by the name of Embalming the Tale of Another Frankenstein or something like that. You know how some manga titles are a bit weird? So I think it's Embalming the Tale of Another Frankenstein. That manga also presents a society where Frankenstein monster type of constructs are being used in the everyday lives of the citizens. But in that manga things are handled very over the top, a bit more science fantasy. But with Necrobiotic, because this role-playing game has been elaborated with the help of specialists in the field of medicine and surgery, you can actually imagine that this could happen perhaps in a different reality, in a different version of our world. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.